Okay. Boxing in Israel. But from boxing in Israel to boxing in the United States, WBC also, we have Grant Elvis Phillips on the show. Grant, great to have you on the show.
It's a pleasure.
What's happening with you? I mean, you're doing everything out there.
Someone's got to do it, so it's me.
Okay. Youngest representative of the WBC, perhaps one of the youngest writers in the United States, boxing writers. You was working with Ring Magazine. Was you working under Randy Gordon at the time?
Yes, I was. He was my boss, and he was a good boss, too.
Okay. You're doing Levi's 501 commercial, Coca-Cola commercials. You're working on a script with Sylvester Stallone that he's checking out right now. You're a pretty busy guy. Where do you get the energy?
Youth. Yeah, just I like to stay busy, and the script for Stallone is an anti-drug script for Rocky V, which is something that the WBC is very much involved in, and you know.
So they are coming out with Rocky V.
That's what we're trying to do right now.
So his next opponent, I guess the next opponent is going to say Rocky V, and he's fighting a Martian. This time it's for the universe.
No, he's going to train me.
He's going to train you.
He's going to train me if God's on my side and the script goes through.
Are you going to play his son?
No, I'm going to play a young fighter who wins the Olympics and who goes on to turn professional and runs into a drug problem. And Rocky Balboa, the American hero, comes and saves me and trains me, and I win the world title and show that drugs is not the way to go.
Now you're also working with two fighters as a trainer, Juan the Kid Mays and Richie Sandoval. Both very good fighters, needless to say. Sandoval, a heck of a fighter. When he beat Jeff Chandler, I was so happy.
Right. Well, I'll tell you, that was a big upset when he beat Jeff Chandler. And I have to be very thankful to Jimmy Montoya, who trained me when I was fighting as an amateur and when I won 2 amateur titles in California, that he brought me in, let me work with 4-rounders and 6-rounders, and then he brought me in to work with the champions. So I owe all my credit to him for that.
Okay, fantastic. And this is the WBC title belt. This is a work of art.
Yeah, that is the official world title belt. And on this belt it shows all of the countries that are involved with the WBC. And at this time there's one flag that's missing on there. And that's Israel. And the 2 gentlemen that are next to me are going to play a major part in putting that flag on this belt.
Okay,
that's our next step.
I want to wear this belt. I'm
gonna put it on you.
Okay.
I'm gonna crown you.
Be careful standing up here.
I'm gonna crown you.
Camera. I'm finally a champion. What do you know, folks?
Walter Banks.
Let's hear it.
The champion of ringside. Okay, let's see.
Here it is. You didn't win the Emmy, but you won the WBC belt.
Fantastic. I feel like a champ. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the show. How's that?
You got it. It's yours, Walter.
Now, talking to a couple of other champs here. At least this guy was telling me you took on Tyson a couple of times yourself, Aaron?
Yeah, we were kidding around a little bit in the hotel. It's a funny story. And he gave me right here. Here's a picture of it.
Oh, you got a whole bunch of photos for us. Great.
Yeah. It's in, you see this one right here?
Okay, it'll be popping up soon. And just tell me about that picture. What's happening?
We were kidding around at a bullfight. So I told Mike, give me your best shot. And he did.
That's something else. All right.
So then it hurt, to put it mildly.
I think the best strategy against Tyson is to hit him with your best shot and then hope he gets struck by lightning.
Fake with your left and kick with your right. Okay. But with Mike, then listen to this. So Mike says, okay, I'm sorry, Aaron. I didn't mean it. I said, it's okay. Buys me these boots, if everyone could see. Python boots. And he says, Aaron, I got to tell you something. You're the dumbest Jew I ever met. I paid Sphinx $2 million a punch, and you settled for a pair of boots. After that, we became pretty good pals.
Okay. Mutual respect in a funny way. All right, now we're going to take a look at your second tape. We have Michael Greer, I believe his name is.
Against Ricky Yanis.
Okay, that's one of the popular fighters in Israel.
Most popular fighter in Israel is Wali Muhammad, a cruiserweight based out of New Jersey. He's fought in 2 of our cards. And there's Wali Muhammad fan clubs all over Israel. And what is a black Muslim doing in Israel? In New York, they like run the other way. Israel's completely different than New York or America. People don't care at all about anything.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at this fighter, Michael Greer. Let's take a look.
I got a feeling about this round. Got that funny feeling.
You know, mouthpiece game again.
That ain't gonna go with. I'll tell you something. With Nathan there, no way is that gonna go. Sid knows what he's doing. He'll let him go in there without a mouthpiece. Look at these guys, shoulder to shoulder, throwing body punches and a lot of leather. Look at this.
Wow.
You know the condition you got to be in to look at this. Must have 220 punches, both guys. Ramming and jamming, and look at this. I'll tell you something. These guys are really fighting. Oh, you got hit a low blow.
Again.
The ref ain't going for it. You ain't gonna get over on Sid. No, but let me tell you something. As far as I know, Mike got hit with a low blow when he fought Ian Mathis. No, who was it that he fought?
Okay, Rick is being much more aggressive this round.
Come on, Ricky, don't give it back to him. White Braxton, who changed his name.
Take it. You want to take it. There. Come on. Work. 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 Working at it. Work. Work. Work.
Let me tell you something. A lot of leather being thrown in there. At this point, these guys are going at it.
Work. Stay on him.
Mike's got the belt,
Come on. You want it?
and Ennis wants it. Look at these guys punching. Oh, he ain't going for that. The ref ain't going for that. You ain't getting over on Sid. Oh, that was a low blow. There'll be a point taken away from him for that. He come back with a low blow. There'll definitely be a point taken away for that. That was intentionally. That was done. It was wrong, and it shouldn't have taken place. No, the referee wasn't going for it, and at this point right now, the only way he could retaliate if he threw a low blow. I don't like to see that. Unsportsmanship conduct.
Franklin foul.
No, he's got to give him 5 minutes. He's got to give him 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Give him a chair in there.
Stand up, Rick.
Unsportsmanship conduct. Should be a penalty for that. Besides the low blow. Forget about the 15 yards.
minutes.
He's taking a point away from him. I told you. He wouldn't tolerate that type of nonsense at this point. I think the champ needed a rest. Sid's giving him 5 minutes, which I think he deserves.
Okay, so we're back. Boxing in Israel, Michael Greer. What do you guys think?
One of the best fights I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Israel's a land of miracles.
Okay.
I mean, this was the first time, I think, since Jack Dempsey in Furpo in 1925, the man got knocked out of the ring. I was doing the color commentating on the show, and all of a sudden, Ennis is sitting on my lap. So David says, Aaron, what do we do? I said, this is history. Let's push him back in.
I pushed him back in the ring.
Okay, so I show you guys
to the
continued
lifestyle.
announcing, and he really looks like he's in bad shape, folks. I tell you, I'm real close up to the action, right?
He didn't want to go back in, but he went in anyway.
We tell him we got to go
It
back
was
in.
one of the best fights, I'd say, of the year, without a doubt.
You had one of the best seats in the house also. Okay, now we're talking about Tyson again. Tyson versus Carl the Truth Williams in Israel, and this is going to be some event.
Yes.
Carl the Truth Williams is ranked number 2 by the WBC. He's a mandatory opponent.
He's #1 by the IBF also, I think, at this time. And I think he's a logical fight. He has the best left hand in the business. And I think it'll be a great fight for Mike,
Okay,
for
now
both of them.
Elvis, Adelson Rodriguez is ranked number 1, but how come he didn't get that shot?
Okay, well, what probably will happen now is that Mike will probably fight Adelson Rodriguez first in Brazil before this fight, because Aaron and David are looking to have the fight come off in August. They'll probably fight in Brazil first in the next two and a half months, and then after that, Carl Williams will automatically become the #1 contender in the WBC rankings and get his title shot. So, and I think Carl Williams is a terrific opponent for Mike Tyson. He's got the height, 6'6", great left jab, good boxer, and I think it's a great fight. I think
Look what he did with Larry Holmes when Larry was young.
Yeah.
Right? He lost that.
15
I had him
rounds.
winning that one. If he didn't slow down the last 2 rounds, there was going to be a new champ.
Most ringside observers thought he won that fight,
I
but
did. On my
exciting
part.
fight we was just watching on tape. Let's pick it up from the action again.